we don't understand things in this world when they're down the middle, when they're normal. I think that's the way things go in this world. We see it sometimes with our style, the way we talk on this program, that we're not blowtorching somebody who says something in sports or does something as a coach or a manager somewhere, blowtorch the place. And we also, give a nuanced take, with the exception of Brandon Miller saying Paul George is the GOAT. That for me, took him off the board.
You had to draw the line, right?
Yeah. Charlotte chose him second overall anyway in the draft last Thursday. But I start my commentary on Damian Lillard that way. Because if he doesn't think that his current situation in Portland, Oregon will lead to a championship this year, if it doesn't happen this year, then why in the world isn't he out there on Twitter, on Instagram, doing his thing to say, I want the hell out of here, and forcing that situation on the Blazers to force them to send him to a place where he will have a better chance of winning a championship this year? Why isn't he screaming it from the rooftops? Why isn't he pulling, to use a 70s analogy, a full-on Howard Beale, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore, going to his window and screaming it out there and telling the Blazers front office and the general manager, Joe Cronin, I'm out. And in the NBA, when a player of his stature says, I'm out, guess what happens? That player gets out. How in the world is he not doing this? And then when the Blazers make a statement yesterday saying that they met with him and his agent, Aaron Goodwin, Joe Cronin, the Blazers general manager, with a 3-sentence statement straight out of the Belichick playbook. I met with Dame and Aaron Goodwin this afternoon. We had a great dialogue. We remain committed to building a winner around Dame. That's it. And clearly that's not everything, right? Because Lillard had to have demanded a trade in that set two, right? It had to be a set two. It's not just like, let's sit down and go, okay, what are your plans? Do you have plans? I think we have plans. Dave, what? It's like Kramer telling Jerry Seinfeld that marriage is a prison. Dude, you talk about your day. How was your day today, Dave? Do you have a good day today? Yes. Joe, I had a good day today. How was your day today? Is that the way it went? Because we're sitting here thinking there has to be some sort of fire, brimstone, demand, threat. And then Brian Windhorst goes on, the worldwide leader in sports today, and says Lillard actually said to the Blazers he's willing to play this thing out right now.
Like you said.
He's willing to play it out. See what you got. Not putting any threats on you to put pressure. You do your business in free agency, and we'll see how it lands with me. But you do your thing. I'll do my thing, which is being Damian Lillard and keeping on showing up to the facility and practicing and getting better and being in shape for a huge season for me and just being a great Oregonian. And everybody in the world that does this for a living, I don't know how they know how to handle it. Like, oh, really? You're just going to be normal? And let a professional handle it? Now, Sam Amick of The Athletic says Dame has a plan. The Blazers re-sign Jeremy Grant and go get Draymond Green next week.
Wow. Okay.
And that's what Damian likes. And if Sam Amick's hearing that, then maybe that was placed in front of Aaron Goodwin's plate, who then calls up Joe Cronin and is like, I think we need to meet. Let's have a talk, all three of us. Okay. And that's the way things apparently stand with all due respect to Harden and anybody else that's in the mix, including Draymond. The one guy who is potentially in play next week Biggest guy, biggest name out there that's in play. Give me another one. Is there another one? Is Jaylen Brown potentially in play next week?
Seems unlikely.
This could be as unlikely as Jaylen Brown in play next week.
I mean, Kyrie's a free agent. I don't know. You're going to get Austin Reeves?
This is it. So that's where things stand. There was a meeting. 3 sentences come out of it. And Lillard's willing to play this out. And maybe he's willing to play it out, as I said, all the way through to next trade deadline when he taps his wrist at the front office and says it's now time for Dame to leave. Or he's tapping his wrist saying it's Dame time to the rest of the Western Conference that I told you I could do it here, and I believed in the front office, and the contents of that Monday, June 26th conversation will just remain private. Amazing how things could be just normally, quietly, professionally, level-headed in this day and age. Who knew? It can happen.
I don't know. I just don't believe any of it.
I get it.
That goes back to our convo last week, Rich. You know, the nuanced take against the hot take, scorched earth against the, we'll wait and see.
Well, because in the NBA, you get your way if you're Damian Lillard, and you just have to state your way. And the way it's normally stated is, I want out. And you've got to let me go, because that's the way it works in the NBA. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.